You were born carrying more than your name. You were born carrying your parents' unlived lives. Their forgotten dreams, silent wounds, and untold stories were already woven into the walls of your childhood bedroom before you ever took your first breath. And no one told you. No one told you that sometimes the pain you feel isn't yours, it's inherited. When your parents never learned to love themselves, they didn't know how to love you in the way you needed. They may have provided. They may have stayed. But love is more than presence. It is presence with awareness. It is presence with awareness. And when a parent doesn't see themselves clearly, they cannot truly see you either. It's not that they didn't care. It's that they were still children inside, fighting battles they lost a long time ago. Many people grow up in homes where emotions were punished, dismissed, or invisible. Visible. You were told to stop crying, to be strong, to behave, to grow up faster than you were ready. But who taught them how to cry? Who gave them the space to feel safe? No one. And so they passed their survival down to you like a torch they didn't know they were holding. A torch made of pain, of silence, and of pain, of silence, of shame. They didn't do it on purpose. They didn't sit down one day and say, "We're going to make our child carry our wounds." But unresolved pain leaks. It spills out in words not said, in tempers that explode, in expectations that suffocate, in affection that feels like a transaction. Your mother may have seemed perfect to the world, but behind her smile was a girl who was never told she was enough. So she expected you to be everything she was not, or punished you for reminding her of the vulnerability she buried long ago. Your father may have gone to work every day, but came home emotionally absent. Maybe he gave you advice but never asked how you felt, because feelings weren't welcome where he came from. He learned to survive by numbing, not connecting, and in doing so, he became a stranger to both you and himself. He became a stranger to both you and himself. Carl Jung said, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of the parents. That burden, it becomes a voice in your head, telling you to prove yourself, to achieve, to fix, to never fail, to always please. But no matter how much you succeed, it doesn't silence the voice. Because the voice isn't really yours. It's the echo of someone else's disappointment, someone else's fear, someone else's shame. This is what generational trauma looks like. It's not always bruises or screaming. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's the smile that never reaches the eyes. The hug that feels cold, the love that comes with strings attached. And as a child you think, if I try harder, they'll love me. If I'm better, they'll be happy. If I make no mistakes, they won't leave. You become a perfectionist. A peacekeeper, a people pleaser. A peacekeeper, a people pleaser. You shrink yourself just to fit into the mold they built from their own wounds. And yet, it never feels like enough, because deep down, you're trying to heal a wound that doesn't belong to you. You inherited their pain, yes, but you don't have to keep carrying it. There is a moment, often quiet and painful, when you begin to awaken. You start to question everything. You feel exhausted by your own patterns, your overthinking, your anxiety, your inability to rest. You look at your relationships and realize you keep replaying the same emotional story in different costumes. That's not weakness. That's awareness. That's the moment healing begins. You were never broken, just shaped by pain. Pain you didn't choose. But pain you can transform. Let's talk about the mother wound. The mother wound isn't just about having a bad mom. It's about the gap between what you needed as a child and what you actually received. Maybe your mother was physically present, but emotionally unavailable. Maybe she loved you, but needed you to become her emotional caretaker. Maybe she never allowed you to be sad, angry, or different from her. And now, as an adult, you struggle to trust women, or you overgive in every relationship, or you never feel safe unless you're needed. It's not because you're weak. It's because your nervous system was wired around the pain of unmet needs. Now, the father wound. This one often hides in silence, in the lessons not taught, in the hugs never given, in the fear of failure that paralyzes your every move. Maybe your father was harsh. Your father was harsh. Or maybe he was absent. Or maybe he praised you only when you achieved something. And now you fear failure like it's death. You see mistakes as proof that you are unworthy. You attach your entire value to your performance. That's not discipline. It's survival. It's survival. You were trying to earn love through excellence because love never felt safe any other way.